Good morning, it's Charlene, one half of the Flights of Fancy Stitchers. Today is, I forgot to write down the date, the 4th. Yeah, today is the 4th of February. And see, I had all my notes all prepared and I wasn't really prepared at all. And this is video number 156. It is early in the morning, well, earlier. It's 20 till 8. And Preston's back on days for just a few days, so I have my early mornings back. So I grabbed a shower and put salt down in the driveway because we have a ton of ice, but we've got really, really warm temperatures for the next few days. So I'm hoping some salt and sand and all the, magical home remedies will finish melting off all the ice in the driveway, just so we can have another storm come in on Wednesday and Thursday. So anyway, have lots to show you today. I have some FFOs, which I finally got done. I only have a few projects. I worked on 2, 4, 6. I only worked on 7 since I saw you the last time. But I've been busy with other things. I finally got back into my quilt room yesterday, and so I was able to get some sewing done, and so very productive. Yes, Snoopy, I'm talking to the box. All right, so I will start off with my haul, which is very minimal. I picked up some threads at Joann's this weekend when I was out. Well, actually, I picked up 4, but I've already put them in their kit. Coffee for you this morning with Snickers creamer. It's very good. This is my floss frenzy that I get from the Fat Quarter Shop every month, and this is the January's Week's Dye Works. So this is my selection, and look at all those pretty colors, so gorgeous. So those will get put in the box. I've already got Morgan's box ready to send to her, so I won't be able to send any duplicates this time, but that'll get the stash ready for the next box I send her. So I have my calendar here for February. January we finished off wonderfully. I was so proud of us for January. Filled in all the boxes. Did not accomplish all the goals I set, but I am very happy with what I did get done. So that being said, my total stitch count for January. Oh, Luna says hi. Are you talking to the peoples? My stitch count for January was 24,108, which I would have loved to have hit 25, but just, some days you just don't get much stitching done. I did forget to grab my report and print it out, but I think I can remember. In January, I touched 33 projects. Over 12,000 of those stitches that I said were on full coverages. I had 1 finish and I had 1 new start, which keeps my whip count at 102. So, yeah, numbers. I'm just weird that way. Don't judge too hard. But I did start me a new tracker. It's not on Excel, it's just my own spreadsheet list that I will do every month, and then at the end of the year, then I will compile it all, and then I can see, my goal is to touch everything again like I did last year, but that'll tell me what got the most love and how many days and such. And oh, and I did have 31 days of stitching. I didn't miss a day last month. So there were some days that it was short. Please don't knock that on the floor. Why do they do that? They find like a pin or some minuscule thing to just skitter across the table, and then they act so innocent. They're given to us to try our patience, but we love them, so we just laugh at their antics. Just saying. All right, ornaments. So this is my Jelly World ornament. It's so pretty. those turquoises and those blues. So pretty. And then this is the ornament for everything else. This is 1 month. I think it's going to be very, very full by, yeah. I might have to reconsider my ornament sizes. Anyway, all right, let's show you the FFOs because I'm super excited about them. So we went to Michael's this past weekend and I was finally able to find some frames. I have been looking for frames for both of these two items for a long time. And if you've been on our channel for a while, you know that. I finished 2 of these last year, but we couldn't find frames. And I didn't want to do a quilted picture for them. So this one is Fallen Leaves or Leaves. Oh, that's showing up so pretty. It was a free pattern that came with some DMC variations threads, a pack that I got. I've had the pattern for years. And this is a companion piece to one that I have hanging in our bathroom. That one is more like turquoises and greens and yellows and whatnot. So I finally have this one framed, and boy, that looks really good on camera. Very pretty. Maybe that'll be my shot for Flosstube. All right, and then this is the one that I really struggled to find the frame for. So this is a 5x7 picture. A 5x7 frame wouldn't work because it cut it too close to the edges. So, and it actually like cut off 2 or 3 stitches, and I didn't want it to do that. So I found this frame and it had a double mat on it. So I cut off the inside mat and then just used this bigger mat. And I think that gold frame just totally accentuates it all. So I'm really happy with that one too. Don't know where that one's going to get hung at yet. I don't have a bee wall yet. I have lots of bee projects going, but I don't have a bee wall. Luna, he's behind scratching. Sorry, guys. All right, and then this one. So I finished this one last month, and I told Preston, I said, please help me pick out the fabric, because I was thinking, you know, some snowflakes, and all the snowflakes that we found were either red, which this doesn't have red in it. This is more of a burgundy. It's actually Lancaster red is the color that it calls for. So it needed that maroon, deep raspberry, something like that. And he goes, well, it's not Christmas. He says, what do you think of when you think of winter? And I said, I don't know. And he goes, well, what about this? Of course, we were in Joann's, you know, fabric shopping. And he pulls this down. He goes, doesn't this remind you of like a flannel shirt you'd wear in the winter? I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so perfect. So got a half yard, brought it home. Is this not so fun? I'm so happy with it. He did so good. I love it when he goes fabric shopping with me because he's just got such a great eye. So there's my winter bird. I can finally hang him up. I think he's going to go right here by February. Hi, Snoopy. Yes, I can see you out of the corner of my eye. I think he's going to go right here. I think this is where I'm going to put my winter bird or my seasonal birds, because where I did have my seasonal birds, I now have my Art Nouveau, and you'll get to see my spring Art Nouveau, which is almost done. So I think, and that's in the living room. So I think that's gonna stay that seasonal stitch area. It's a bigger area for that project, so it'll work out well. Yes, honey, I'm talking to the box. But I think I'm gonna keep my birds right here, and then the other birds. So I showed on our Facebook page the Valentine's bird, and I actually put him over here in the corner where I put, I had designated a spot for other seasonal stuff. So for Halloween, I had my ghostly mandala hanging over there. So the Valentine's bird hangs perfect, and you can see it when you come in the door, and it's really nice to decorate for Valentine's Day. So I don't have St. Patrick's done yet. It's got a good chunk of it done, but I need to get it finished. So, but yeah, here's Winter Bird. So, super happy with that one. Like I said, Preston did so well on the fabric, but he's got a great eye for that kind of stuff. All right, floss tubes that I have watched. Helen D, East Coast Crafter, Beth, the Steadfast Stitcher, and Beth, if you watch me, which I don't think you do, but if you do, I'm very sorry for the loss of your kitty. I'm sending you big hugs, because we should never have to lose our fur babies. Darren, the Dizzy Stitcher, Carolyn, Flosstube Stitcher. She is down in Australia. So is Darren. They're both down in Australia. I also watched Deanne, the Stitching on the Rock. I mentioned her last week. She did just a quick snippet of her upcoming plans. She's got some awesome plans. She's doing, oh, I'm probably going to get this wrong, but I think it's 55 before she's 55. That sounds right. Anyway, she's got some great stitching plans. And I forgot to mention too last week, or maybe I did, but she has a bunch of Paula Vaughns that she shows in her previous videos that are, yeah, those are definitely on my to-do list. I have tons and tons of those books, but someday. And then I've seen and I've heard other stitchers mention this Flosstuber, but I never went and actually, okay, I'm going to watch her and I'm going to see what she has. So I watched a Flosstuber who mentioned this person. I'm like, you know what? Stopped the video, went, found her, looked her up, and her projects are stunning. And I'm talking about Melanie, the Soulful Stitcher. She does a lot of, I don't want to call them BAPs because they're not, when I think of a BAP, I think of like a Haid, but they are the bigger samplers. Teresa Kogut, and I can't even remember all of them she had. I think she had some Hands Across the Sea. I'm not positive, so don't quote me on that. Just beautiful, beautiful samplers. And I really enjoyed watching her video. And I know that she's been around for quite a while, but I just started watching her videos and I really, really enjoyed seeing all of her work. So anyway, I will put their links down below so you guys can go check them out, because they were very enjoyable. And again, their projects, all of these people's projects are just, you just want to hit stop and go shopping. And another thing that I did, which I was super proud of myself. So I had, oh golly, probably, let's say half a dozen projects that Morgan had bought me or I had bought, but I had never, I had downloaded them and saved them to, my keep file, but I hadn't put them onto Pattern Keeper to actually work on them. And what encouraged me to do that was kind of solidifying my plans for next year, which I talked about in my last video. And I know that I had some alphabet samplers that I had never put onto Pattern Keeper. And so went into my files and I realized that, oh my gosh, I have so many digital copies. It's stupid ridiculous. But I found 3 that are not alphabet samplers that I am seriously considering starting here in the next month or two. One is a Easter Quaker, one is a St. Patrick's Day Quaker, one is a, you want to say hi to the peoples? No? Okay. Luna says hi. One is it's like a True Love. I think it says True Love in it, but it's also a Quaker. And then I found a frog on a flower, which is so stinking cute. It would be a fairly quick stitch. And then I found, oh, here come the yawns. I know for sure 2 alphabet samplers, but I think I've got a 3rd one that I still need to download to Pattern Keeper. So And the alphabet samplers are massive. Like they're huge. I finally decided on a project to start for Sis for her birthday. So we kind of have a joke now that she has a blackbird wall in her house. And so I've been, kind of tossing around, which blackbird to make her for her birthday this year. And I finally decided on one. Now I need to decide on the fabric, but I was missing 3 threads. So I put an order in for those 3 threads, and of course threads can't travel alone. So I saw a new pattern on, oh gosh, whose page was it on? Anyway, it's one of the new, so like the goat load and the sheep heap and those. Well, this one is called the jump clump, and it's spiders. So hopefully they'll be here by the time I do next week's video so I can share the pattern with you, because as soon as it gets here, it's getting started, because spiders. So anyway, I will forewarn you now, if you don't like spiders, yeah. All right, so let's get busy and show you. We're 16 minutes in and all I've done is talk. I haven't shown you anything. So my and no anniversary date piece that I worked on for January was Stitcher's Haven. And I know that I said that I was going to come back at the end of the month and do a video, and you see how far that went. So we'll see. This seems to work out good too. No interruptions, well, except the furry kind, but those are okay. So last month's anniversary piece, and for those that are new, I have 14 pieces that I do not know what their anniversary dates are. I started them before I kept track of anniversary dates and all that good stuff. And so I put them in a wheel, less 2, so I had 12, because one of them is a full coverage, which goes into the full coverage wheel, and the other one is, and I'm actually going to show it to you, I have broken it down into 12. So that left me with 12 projects to put into a wheel that I work on. I spin and work on a different one every day that I don't have another anniversary project. And I'll explain that a little bit further, because I did have a question on that. So I will show you for February. So you can see in February, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 anniversary projects. So on those dates, instead of working on, for February, I spun the eagle. So instead of working on the eagle, I will work on those anniversary projects. And what I'm trying to do is to get rid of duplicate days. So like on this one here, I have morning stretch, and I also have my black work bouquet. And so what my goal is, morning stretch will not get done for a couple years, because it is a Haid and it is a gift for Dalton for his graduation from college. But black work bouquet, my goal is to get it finished. So again, I don't have duplicate anniversaries projects, if that makes sense. But on the days that I don't have projects listed, then I will work on the no anniversary date project, which, like I said, this month is Eagle. Last month was my Stitcher's Haven. So, oh, I know that was what else was on that number list. So I think Stitcher's Haven, I want to say it was, like 2,700 stitches. That seems right. That I got onto Stitcher's Haven for the month of January. And it got 24 days. So this is where I finished off with Stitcher's Haven. And I got clear, ouch, pin. I got clear to the bottom. And then I got quite a bit of the back stitch done, and then I came up, and I've got quite a ways up here to the top yet. There's still like a little heart in the window, and then there's part of the sky and whatnot. But yeah, I was really happy with the progress that I made on this, because this is one of those that I I didn't gravitate toward, even though I love the picture. And I think the main reason is because I hate this fabric. Like, I love 24 count. That's my go-to, but it's very stiff and it's just not a friendly fabric at all. So, yeah. All right. So, I worked on Spring Art Nouveau, which was on my Whipco board for a finish for January. It did not get finished, but it will get finished sooner than later because, like I mentioned earlier, I want to get this done to be able to replace my Winter Art Nouveau when spring gets here. So this is the project. This is a free kit that came in the Cross Stitcher magazine. I've had it for several years. And I have all 4 of them started. Morgan is also doing all 4 of these. I have this one completed, and of course very minimal amounts done on these 2. And then I will show you, like I said, I got a good chunk on this one done. So I have obviously the rest of the black all the way around. I'm stitching the colors before I stitch the black so I don't get that fuzzy look. So I have a little bit of green there. I have the end of that flower there. And I think all of this yellow is done. Yeah, I think it's done. I think I just need to finish bringing that leaf up there. Yeah, so not a whole lot left. So I want to get that done, like I said, to be able to put up. And I have some yellow fabric that I found last year that I liked, but then when I was at Joann's the other day, I found some, and I didn't pick it up because I wanted to wait and take this in and look at it together, but I found some daffodil fabric. I'm just worried that the daffodils are going to be too big. So, to be determined. We'll see. All right, next thing that I worked on was my thatch cottage. This is, again, in a bag that I made. It has 2 projects in here. They're both out of the same magazine, so I've got them in here together. This one I worked on, I think I worked on this one Saturday because it was the beginning of the new month. And this is the one, like I said, I have divided it into 12 for a finish this year. I don't even remember when I started this one. It was a long, long time ago. And I don't know why I don't have it done because it's one of my favorite projects. So, when I showed it to you last, I had finished up the January section. So now I'm working on the February section. And I'm trying to remember, I think, I want to say like right here is the edge of February. I think these pinks and greens are the edge. Got a little bit more to fill in down here. Obviously this is already done. And then work up here. I've got some of the roof I need to work on, and then quite a bit of the wisteria and the trees. So it's so pretty. Those colors are just, and I don't have much done in March, so I'm going to have a lot of stitching to work on in March. And as I explained in our last video, we have some pretty big plans in March, and I am thinking, because this is such a great piece to work on, it's very friendly. I have a working paper copy that I've made that I am thinking real serious about using this for my alternate travel piece for March. I'm thinking. So anyway, that's where I'm at. So hopefully, I don't know if I will get the February section done before I come back or not. As I had explained in my last video, one of my Whipco spins for this month is my Earth Dragon by Ink Circles, and I would love to get that one completed, not only for the challenge but also for Preston for Valentine's Day. So I don't know if that one will get done or not. He broke his watch not last week but 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago. It's been 2 weeks ago now. And so part of his Valentine's Day gift was a new watch. So I don't know. I mean, I've already got him something. He needed it, so it wasn't a, oh, well, you know, I'll give it to you later. It was, here, you need this now. So I'm going to try to get it done for him to have, but he does have a gift if I don't get it done. So it's not exactly what I wanted to get him, but he needed a new watch. So, all right. So my full coverage spin for February. So the first and the middle of the month, I spin for a new project. Luna, what are you doing? Silly kitty. I spin for a new full coverage project to work on. And February's full coverage project is Star Wars Dogfight from the Awesome Pattern Studio. I have obviously the paper copy, but this also downloaded very well into Pattern Keeper, which works out great. And I have not stitched on it yet this morning for my 30 minutes a day. I will do that probably while this is downloading. No, I won't, because it's on my tablet, so I'll probably work on it this afternoon. So this is where I'm at. So I'm almost up to the top, and I'm almost up to the one side. So I have a little bit about over to here left to go. There's only, I think, 11 colors in this. So right now I'm doing the fill-in with the little bits and pieces so I can get to the bigger swath. So like this 356 is a huge swath of color down here, but I'm trying to fill in the little bits here and there. This is my string where I stopped at my 30 to fill in, so then I can, you know, just have the bigger swaths of color to make more progress in. This is 22,000 and change, I think, is the stitch count. And I think I don't even think I'm 2,000 in. I don't even think I'm 1,000 in. Maybe I've went over 1,000 since I've been working on it for the 30 minutes a day. Maybe, I don't know. This is another Star Wars bag that I made, and more Star Wars fabric inside. And I didn't have a zipper pull that was appropriate for it, but Morgan and I thought it was funny because it's Star Wars starfish, and I just think that's a gorgeous zipper pull. So yes, Snoopy, I'm still talking to the peoples. She's like, why are you still talking to the imaginary box? I'll be done in a minute. Okay, let's see. The one that I finished off January with is in this massive bag, and it was my middle of January to the end of January. And this one I am so salty about. Ooh, I'm mad, and it's my fault. There's nobody to blame on this but me. So this is my project, a very wrinkled piece of paper. So I told you guys that I wanted to get, so when I get a full coverage, my goal is to get all the way across the top, except like, and that one, because that was a center start, because I started on, you know, with a paper pattern. But these others, my goal is to get all the way across the top. Well, I'm working along. I'm so proud of myself, and Oh, I got to the top, I got to the other side. But as I'm working along, and this was 2 days, so this would have been the day or two after I had filmed the last time. I was like, something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. Well, it's just me. I'm worried because this is such a huge piece. I'm stitching away. I'm like, screw it. So this is on the 31st, of course, last day. So I took my counting pins and I counted all the way across. Work, 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 work. Oh, it's going good. Oh, it's so wonderful. Oh, wait. I have 451 stitches. Now, mind you, by this point, I had gotten clear over here to the end. And you can see on camera how much I had done clear over to here, and then from my finger in this huge swath of fabric all the way down, thread all the way down. Okay, maybe I miscounted. So I came back, double checked myself. Right here, there is supposed to be 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 3. All of this had to come out. There's not even a way I could fudge it because of the way this makes the blend of the sky. So I had to rip out, and I haven't done this yet because the more I ripped on it, the saltier I got. And I was like, and then the day that I realized this, we got some really, really crappy news. It's not bad news, but it was just really crappy news that you go, really? And I was very, very salty. And I was more salty. I was more salty at the fact that I made such an egregious mistake because I pride myself in, I am far from a perfectionist, but I pride myself in doing my work properly. So to mess up to that degree is very much not like me. And it just really frustrated me. And this project has been a challenge from the get-go. I don't like the fabric. This project is just short of an Afghan. It's massive. There's just a lot of things that I just, yeah. And so now that I'm not salty and in much better humor and hopefully can avoid any more tumultuous news, I need to go in and finish ripping this out. And then when I pick this up the next time, which will probably not be until its anniversary date, which, if memory serves me, I think, actually no, this one's anniversary date already happened because it was in January. I think its anniversary date was January 15th. Haha, January 15th, I was right. So this one probably won't come back out again this year. But I will pick it up between now and then and get it ripped out. So when I do pick it back up, I can get to the end and get it back on track because I wanted to get over 2%. That was my other goal too, which I did. When I got to the end, I was at like 2.10 or some such. And then I had to take all that back out because I messed up, and now I'm at like 1.87 or something. So, yeah, very, very disappointed in myself. And yes, I know stuff happens, but it disappointed me nonetheless. All right, this month's no anniversary date piece, as I mentioned, I've had this pattern forever, is the eagle. And I put my stitches in this morning. So this one will get at least 100 stitches a day. Again, on the days that I don't have an anniversary piece. This is where I'm at. So since I started working on this, so basically 4 days, I have almost finished his tail. I took a day to do back stitching. So got a good chunk of back stitch done. And here his chest and down here on his feet and around. Yesterday, I think yesterday I did a chunk of his tail, and then I picked up a green and I came all the way across here. Yes, I like triple counted because now I'm questioning all my counting skills. And then this morning I picked up and of course another reason that I don't like this one is because it has tweeting in it or blending. The good thing is it's all DMC. But I picked up the brown and I worked, let's see, up here in his tail, worked those pieces in, and then came over here and I worked on this wing. So, and this is one that I realized that I did make a mistake in it. So this tree, which it doesn't matter, but it does matter. So this tree is not connected to the eagle, but if I were to come on across from this tree and then tie into here and ding, 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 this would be off. So what I'm going to have to do is come work around this way, and it's still going to be, it will line up here. It's just this tree is going to be off. So I can go ahead and work this way, but I don't want to work this way. So I don't think I will get this finished this month. I will be hard pressed to finish it this month because there's a lot of backstitch. But if I can at least get this down and around, so then when I finally do come back to it, I know that I'm good to go. I will feel more comfortable putting it away. Putting it away for the year, knowing that I've got that back on track. I might hold off on doing these trees. I haven't decided because this is not any blending. These are solid colors. So it's very easy to just pick up the threads and work on them. But I also want to make more of a dent. If I could get the eagle finished, like completely finished, backstitched, if I could get him completely done before I put this up, I would be very, very happy with that. And that is doable. So we'll see where I get to. Like I said, it's all tweeting, which is one of the reasons that it's not done. One of many reasons. There's some emotional ties to this that are not nice, which is such a stupid reason for not working on something, but I think we as stitchers, we do that, which is weird, but anyway. And ironically, and he just texted because he texts me every morning. But I'm going to finish this to give to Dalton because he really does like this one. It would be cool if I could make enough of a dent on it and get it finished for him for his birthday in April. But realistically, it would be tough. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I am enjoying working on it though. It is fun to see progress being made. All right, last one. I did not plan on going 40 minutes, guys. I'm sorry. Hope you're not too bored yet. Last one that I worked on, and I'm up to, I can't remember. I think I hit 40% on this last night, I think. So this is the Hayed Sow, and of course this is the first part. I can never remember where it's at, but it's basically the first 3 pages across here, or 4 pages. I don't know, 3 pages I think. Anyway, I finally finished the second row of 10. So these top 2 rows are done. And of course, when I saw you last, I had this row of 10 done. And now I'm working on this row of 10. And then I will come back and I'll work on the 3rd row of 10 going across. So that is where I am at. And I should have done it, but I didn't take the time to work there because I would have had to have moved my hoop because I'm, again, working over here. But I think it's right in here. I don't know, somewhere right in here is one of the ones. I have one stitch left of that color. And then the rest of them to have color finishes that literally I have like 1 or 2 or 5 stitches left. They're way down here, you know, over in this part. So I won't probably have any color finishes for a while, minus that one. But I'm really loving this. I told Morgan that it's a good thing that I love my bestie who I'm making this for, because otherwise I'd be keeping this one for myself, because it is gorgeous and it's a lot of fun to work on. The color palette is stunning. So, all right, plans moving forward. Obviously work on my jelly every day. I'm still trying to get this one, this part 1 done by mid-March. I don't know if it's a possibility now, because I think now I'm up to like 450 stitches a day that I need to work on it. And you know, when he's on night shift, it works out really well because I stay up really late. Sometimes I'll even stay up until he gets home at like 1:30 and just do my evening stitching, which is great because I get a lot done. But when he's on days, we have to go to bed early because he has to be back up at 4. We usually get up around 4:20, 4:30. And so I get most of my stitching done in the evenings. And so by our schedule changing, it's kind of changed my stitching schedule a little bit, which, I mean, it's life. But I do need to reevaluate where I'm at with getting that done by mid-March. There's a really good chance that it will go into the end of March, which I didn't want, but again, life. I will keep working on my anniversary piece, which obviously is the eagle. And next week when I come to you, obviously I'll have some other projects in there because of the change in the anniversary dates. So that'll be kind of fun. And then my 30 minutes a day stitching, which until the 14th, so I'll work on it through the 14th, which is Dalton's Star Wars piece. And then, like I said earlier, with all those that I downloaded to Pattern Keeper, there's a really good possibility that maybe I'll have a few new starts between now and the time I see you. The St. Patrick's Day one, I want to take some dye and do a very, very pale green, maybe like a sink dye, for the fabric, just to accentuate all the greens that are in it. And the same with the True Love one. I think I might do a maybe a real pale purple, or maybe even a real pale blue on that one. I know I need to do a floss toss on that and see what will look best. So, and then the frog, I was thinking about doing a blue too, like a real pale blue. So it looks like, because he's on, so like here's the flower and he's like on the flower like this, so it would look like the sky. I think that would be really cute. So future Charlene problems. Anyway, I think that is all I have. The yawns are here, so I think it's time to go. Thank you for sticking with me for 45 minutes. I did not mean to go on that long, but apparently I had lots to say. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. If you're in the southern area, I hope that you're staying cool and your air conditioner's working. If you're here in the north, I hope that you guys are staying warm. I know we got another storm coming in this weekend, and it doesn't look bad, but It's going to bring another polar vortex down, so it's going to be a little chilly. So anyway, stay warm, stay cold, enjoy your stitching, and just remember above everything else to be kind. Have a great day, guys.